How are you going to go about it? I mean, you had a very young team first time round. Do you bring some more experience in together?
We have in general a very young team. So that's it. But I said before the last game that a lot of good reasons to line up like we did, and that will be the same case for the Wednesday. We will have good reasons for the lineup, and the first and best reason is we want to win the game and want to go to the next FA Cup round, and then you will see. Probably it will be different to the game, to the team we had in the first game, but that's not 100% sure. So we have to wait a little bit, but will be good.
I think on Sunday you said you might look at the game against Manchester United again and think about whether it was a good point or a bad point again. Have you looked at it and changed your thoughts? Is it a better point than it maybe seemed at Old Trafford?
No, actually not, because we had at the end with the last 20 minutes and the chances they had and all that stuff, and you can say the point is okay, but of course if you concede an offside goal, how could it feel better afterwards? So we had our chances in the first half, in the second half they had their chances, of course, but I think we could have closed the game earlier. And that's my opinion. It doesn't change the result, doesn't change anything, and it doesn't make the game better or worse. That's all. But actually, I didn't think a lot about it since we played them, and I was happy with a lot of parts of the performance, really, because I expect always the best from my boys. But of course, you cannot be sure that they will really do. And I thought we really dealt with the situation pretty well. So with the lineup, with the one or two difficult things, and then at the end we cannot ignore the power and the potential of Man United with their squad. When you saw who played, when you saw who came on, whoop. No, that's not too bad. And so that then you struggle a little bit in these moments with a lot of long balls and all that stuff. That's pretty normal. We need a little bit of luck to win the game, and I would say then it would have been deserved. But we hadn't because of the goal we conceded, and so it's gone already.
Pep Guardiola says that Manchester City are no longer in the title race. Are we now looking at 4 teams that can win it, do you think?
Don't care. Yeah.
Do you think the Manchester teams might have a say in it then?
I don't, especially about this, I don't care.
Understood.
Jurgen, Plymouth were extremely defensive in the game at Anfield. Do you expect them to be different this time?
I have no idea. So, yeah, probably. But I think I heard a lot of things after the game, and all my respect. It was really a concentrated defense performance. We couldn't come through, so all the credits for Plymouth. I don't know if the plan was from the first second to be that deep or not, but it's up to us. So we cannot be wait and then do something and try to make a counter attack. But there are possibilities to speed up the game. Of course, we didn't use them in the first game. And we spoke already about it, and the game will be different. I'm not sure exactly. 14,000 supporters there, but we'll be fully booked and so. And we have a few there. They made already here kind of noise, so atmosphere will be good. They will pushing them or try to push them, and we have to do actually what we did in Man United. To cool the atmosphere down with the way we play, and that's what's our main target is for this game. Of course, we cannot react on what they do because of course that's they're good. They're allowed to defend with all they have because we are a Premier League team and they are a League Two team. That's how it is. So usually they play different. They are top team in League Two. So, but to go to next round as a lower league team, you should concentrate. You should concentrate on defense. That makes absolutely sense. If they open the space, we take it. But I don't expect it actually.
Can you check on the fitness of Nathaniel, Klein, and Lucas as well ahead of this?
It's getting better. With Nathaniel, it's this muscle between the ribs. Everybody who has ever a bruise in the ribs knows. Okay, sometimes you think it's better broken. Maybe it's not that painful. It's really painful, but now we know after scan that nothing else. So, each day helps him. So to settle and yeah, get back on the pitch if you want. So we give him for sure. We have to 2-3 more days, and then hopefully he can start running and all that stuff. So he is, yeah, how everybody can imagine. We made nearly all games since I'm in and before, probably one of the hardest we have. So the first, second, when it's possible, he's out there, and it's a big chance, I think, for Swansea. It's similar to Lucas. When his knee was swollen, and if the knee is swollen, that's never a good sign. But in this case, it was on the better side of the bad news. It's again only a bruise, but of course, then you have to wait until the swelling is away and wait for if something's coming back and all that stuff. And that's what we did. He's very positive. So maybe he can be today on the pitch. I'm not sure. We will see. If then we try to push it as hard as we can.
Yeah, Harry Wilson wasn't involved in the under-23s last night. I know he's trained at Melwood. Could he be the next young player to get a chance in this game, maybe?
Yeah, but yes.
You've been impressed by him?
Have I been impressed by Harry Wilson? Harry Wilson is a wonderful young player. That's how it is. How I have a few. Yeah, yes, a few moments I was impressed, but that's. Yeah, now for the game, I have no lineup, but in our situation we have to keep a few players out of the game yesterday, but obviously it didn't help the game yesterday. So apologies to you, 23. Again, my fault, and so because we need to have the choice what we can do, and he's part of all our thoughts, of course, for this game, and we will see.
Jurgen, you've had a few of these ties against lower league opposition over the last 12 months or so, and you've come through all of them. And obviously we know you've got good players, but is there also about the mentality that you instill in the players when you come up against these teams, particularly away from home?
I said it a few times. I think that really the best thing of my team is that they are always motivated. I had not 1 second when I thought, oh, obviously I disturbed them today with training or a game or something like this. So they really love football. They like it a lot, like that they are like this, and they want to score goals. They want to win games, and so that's the first reason. In this specific case, yeah, I was never there. I'm not sure that any of my players ever played at Plymouth. Don't know. Didn't ask until now. And of course, and one thing what I love in football, that you really can cause each other team problems, whoever it is, and that will be the plan of Plymouth again. And we have to do the job. That's how it is. I'm not in doubt about attitude. I'm not in doubt about motivation. So it's doing the right things in the right moment. And then it's one thing what you say before the game, but in the other thing, then the more important thing is what the players do on the pitch. And from my point of view, they deserve a lot of credit because of all the things they did until now in games like this. So let's do it again. That's it.
Andy, on this long game still.
Jurgen, can you say which of your goalkeepers will play tomorrow?
Can I say this? If nothing happens, yes, then Loris.
Andy, before we go, I'm only going to take a couple here before we go to the embargo on John. Andy, do you have asked anything yet? We've seen you going to go. Okay, James, just a couple, and I'm going to go into the embargo section.
Yeah. What's the situation? Can you play him? Can you pick him?
I was not a lot of times in my life in a situation like this, actually, and not even not even in a similar situation. And the thing is, I think actually, I really have to try, and it's really important. I don't want to blame anybody. That's important, but I think it's you. I don't know you, but our supporters for sure need to or deserve to know about the process we are in. And the thing is that in this moment, we are sure, not we only think, we are sure we did nothing wrong. We are sure Joel Matip did nothing wrong. he didn't play for Cameroon since 2015. Means since he's here, he was not a Cameroon national player. Is in this moment not in the squad of Cameroon, but in this moment, so he could not play for sure for Cameroon because he's not in the squad. But in this moment, we have no 100% guarantee that he could play for us. That's the situation. The last few days were really, not the last few days, maybe it's more the weeks, but in the last few days it's getting more and more. We're really busy for all departments who were involved from LFC, and the procedure is that I would consider to line him up tomorrow, but I don't know if I can. So that's the thing. It would make, from the sports side, it would make absolutely sense. Perfect game for him, and all that stuff. But I'm not sure if I can. And the thing is that FIFA told us that they on Friday, unfortunately next Friday, not last Friday, this Friday, they will decide if they open a case about it or not. So, I accept rules in life, I don't know, and wherever, but I think they always should, based on human sense. And for me now, as a not lawyer, not a legal person, it's pretty difficult. So we have a running season, and if he wouldn't have been injured, what he was obviously, then he couldn't play since the 2nd of January. If we go to Friday, and if FIFA opens a case then, what I don't know, I don't think they will, because we are really sure everything is all right. Then it would be, and that what they already told us, then it would be between 7 and 10 days until we get a decision. In England and in our situation, that would mean United involved, Plymouth involved, Swansea involved, then another 7 days, another 2 games. It's kind of, from the 2nd January, if you want to make it really big, it's 8 games or something. And at the end, if the result is what we think it will be, even if they open a case, that everything is okay with Joel, then he didn't play 8 games, or let me say 4, because he was injured before, without doing anything wrong. And that's really, as a human being, it's really hard, unbelievably hard for me to I said, we conceded the offside goal at Man United, doesn't feel good, but I'm kind of used to it. Sometimes you score an offside goal, and sometimes you concede one, doesn't feel good, but it is like it is. But in this case, we cannot do more, obviously, and that's really hard.
It's clearly quite frustrating for you. How is he dealing with it, this whole situation emotionally?
Of course, he's not happy about it. So I told him already before the United game. He was in training, and after last training, I told him, sorry, I can't pick you. And he said, that's what we all have to think about. There's always a player. We are not the only club. Huh? In this moment, this situation is Schalke in Germany, probably similar. I don't know exactly. West Brom, of course. I'm not really informed, but Ajax Amsterdam goalkeeper there was suspended or not. Now he is released. Now he can play. I don't know exactly. So it's really difficult to get in contact with the people, and that's the situation. And of course, you all know, we're all sitting here because obviously what we are doing is a little bit important, and then not to know where you have to. We know where we have to go. We can wait. We can always wait. But of course, it's like it is with injuries. Huh? And if you have a little injury and you say, okay, without treatment it's 1 week, and with treatment, then you can do it in 3 days. In football, we have to do it in 2 days. Try everything to be there a day earlier than actually we all thought it's possible. And now we have to wait. A now fit player, very good in training, everything, who wasn't playing for Cameroon now, meanwhile, since, I don't know, 15, 16 months. That's really, really difficult. really difficult to accept in this moment, but we'll see what we can do.